It's Thursday the 21st of June, the longest day, and here I am in New Brighton, right on the seafront. And as you can see, if I spin the camera just slightly, you're looking across the river at Liverpool, across the Mersey. And yesterday, if you remember, I caught the ferry across to Wallasey, and then I went back, brought the van round and took it to a very nice campsite just south of West Kirby. Very nice campsite, but the problem is, logistically, it's going to be very difficult to organise today. So what I've decided is to split it up into 3 separate small walks, which will all total one walk of around about 15 to 16 miles. And the first journey will be back to where I caught the ferry to Birkenhead. Then I'll walk back here to New Brighton. Then I'm going to move the van from here to Hoylake, get the bus back from Hoylake to here, to New Brighton, walk back to Hoylake, and then from there I need to take the van back to the place where I was last night, Thursaston I think it's called. Beautiful campsite, but it's a little bit remote, a little bit difficult. I would never have got a bus from the campsite to anywhere. It's probably 2 or 3 miles away from any kind of communication at all. So that's the plan. It's bright and sunny, but there's quite a lot of heavy dark clouds. There was a little bit of rain on the way to here this morning on the journey, but the main thing is it's very windy. It's going to be quite a hard walk, because for the first part I'm going to be walking straight into the wind, but as I turn the corner and turn south, then the wind will be behind me, so it's not too much of a problem. And it was a good day yesterday. I walked right into Liverpool, as you saw. Very impressed with Liverpool. I thought it was fantastic. I'd like to spend more I'd like to have spent more time in Liverpool, but you know, these are, I can't do everything really, but I will definitely be going back to have another look at Liverpool. I've been there many times in my life, and I've had some fantastic social events, playing in bands in Liverpool, clubbing in Liverpool. I've done all sorts. I love the place and the people. I had a few friends many years ago. I don't know where they'll be now. So I'm feeling really good today. I had a really good night's sleep. Last night I spent probably an hour and a half on the telephone. I spoke to Trish, who was very well. I spoke to my brother Steve. I spoke to my son Jamie. I spoke to my daughter Sam, and also I wished my grandson Max a happy birthday for yesterday. He was 10 years old. So it was great to be back in touch with people and talking and having some really nice conversations. So here we go. I'm going to park up, and that's it. So I've been looking forward to this, actually, getting across into a new county. Actually, I'm in Cheshire officially, even though it's the Wirral, and so it's another boundary crossed. I've left Lancashire now, and then the next county is going to be in North Wales. So I'm feeling pretty good this morning. Actually, I had a great night last night, chatting with people on the phone. They're all dead nice people, lovely to speak to them, and it really gave me a bit of a boost. And the weather this morning, it's blowing a gale in my face. It's going to be like this all day. Hopefully it's going to clear up a bit, and I should be doing about maybe 15-16 miles today. So here we go. Well, I'm back at New Brighton. As I say, it didn't take as long as I thought it would, but it's only 9:30, so that's not too bad. Right, I'm going now to take the van over to Hoylake, which is about probably 8 miles from here, around the top of the Wirral, in other words, the north facing Wirral. And then I turn the corner and go down the coast, down towards the campsite where I'm staying at. And it's pretty cold out there actually. I'm glad I've got an extra layer of clothing on this morning. It's a really gusty wind and there's a bit of a bite to it, and there's still lots of thick cloud, and whether it's going to rain or not I'm not sure, but certainly some big thick black clouds. Well, I've got to Hoylake, which is quite a nice walk actually. The wind now, instead of being in my face, is at my back, I'm pleased to say, because it was quite hard work. Tide went out really rapidly this morning as well, and it's nice to be in pastures new again, complete fresh kind of surroundings. And I'm only probably about an hour now from the campsite, and everything is going well. Managed to find the buses and the bus stops and stuff. The logistics can be a bit of a nightmare in a thing like this, and I think tomorrow's going to be a problem because I've got to go sort of south down the River Dee, and how I'm going to get across into North Wales, I've got to work that one out because it's going to be a bit complicated. I'm heading for Connors Quay tomorrow, which is right on the tip of sort of Cheshire and Flint, and from there it's plain sailing, just walking in a westerly direction along the North Wales coast. But that's another day. I've still got a bit of planning to do. Right, it's 2 o'clock, and that was quite a walk, and I'm at West Kirby, where I'm looking out now to my right to the north, and there's the inland marine lake, which is fantastic. Loads of kids playing, the speedboats, the windsurfers and everything, and it really is quite an amazing thing. I did think about walking around it actually, but it's I've had enough almost, especially now, because what I need to do is drive the van now to the campsite, which is another 2 miles up the coast, and then because I can't get a bus from the campsite, I'm going to have to walk back to here and then walk back to the campsite, which is going to add another hour onto it. But it's been enjoyable. It's not often it gets as complicated as this, but there we go, and it's been enjoyable. I'll be glad to have a nice cup of tea and have a relaxation this afternoon. I was up early this morning. I made a very early start, and I'm feeling it a bit today because of the wind, I think. And so I'll get the job over with. Yeah, very nice to meet you, mate. Okay, mate. Bye now. Bye. Well, I've reached Heswall and feeling good, not complaining, but when you're walking along these tracks, they're all pretty much the same. It's a bit like walking along dual carriageways, really. Not a great deal to see. There's hardly anything to show you, and but I'm feeling great. That breakfast really kicked in. I've got loads of energy. I did say earlier I was probably going to try and make Flint, but I think that might be just maybe 4 or 5 miles too far. I think a realistic target would be to get to Connors Quay, which is only maybe 4 or 5 miles to the west of Flint. And I had some bad news yesterday that someone was telling me that you can't use your bus pass in Wales, which is about as heathen as the Scottish people. So they don't like English people, do they, these Scots and Welsh? Right, well, I've just come off the railway track. I'm in a place called Parkgate. Don't know anything about it. It's marked on the map and the coastal path continues from here, but I'm not entirely sure how to get to the beginning of it. But I'll walk along this coast road. It looks quite a busy sort of place, and the sun's shining brightly now. Just a little bit of a breeze, but fortunately it's behind me. There's not many clouds in the sky, but it's only about maybe 16, 17. I've stripped down to just a t-shirt, really, too heavy to have my coat on. And there's absolutely no fear of rain today, and they say it's going to be a very warm afternoon. So I can make some good progress today.